Yes guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna finish this bike once and for all. Let's dive right in. So now we know the engine runs fine. We will move on to the next part of this build, and that is boom! All the carbon has come back from the carbon expert, and man oh man, I am impressed. Can you remember that this wing was fully broken off and it's like new again? You can't even see it that it was broken at the first place. And this piece too. This had a whole gap in it and it's fully redone. It's insane. It's like brand new. And also the tank cover that had a gap over here, and it's fully redone. Look at this. It's insane. And also the front fairing had some damage over here, and it's also not even visible. It's fully redone. And then some extras I did were these heel guards. These heel guards had a plain finish on it, and I wanted to match all the other carbon, and that's twill. So I asked him if he could do the twill weave on this part, and he did. So these look sick as well. And also I asked to do the rear fender or the rear hugger, and just look at this. Look at this. This looks so much better than how it was before. Insane. So happy with the results. So now I'll drop you guys some before and afters with a small edit, and then we move on to the front. Let's go. So let's start on the front, and therefore we need to reinstall the windshield. So let's do that real quick. But first we give it a good clean, because there was so much dust on it. Alright, it's clean again. Probably wondering why this bolt isn't in. Well, because I couldn't find it, so maybe we'll find it during this build, but for now we'll leave it. So let's move on to installing this fairing. Okay, let's put the bolts in. While I was searching for these bolts, I found the bolt for the windshield. So let's screw it in real quick. Done. Let's move on to the next bolts. It's almost scary that I know where every bolt needs to go. I've took this apart so many times that I know most of the bolts where they have to go. Perfect. Front panel installed. Let's move on. We now have to put on this panel and then the side pieces. So let's go. So now we have to put on this piece. Alright, then this freshly painted cover. Just like that. Right, this piece is on. Now let's move on to this corner piece. This piece also repainted. Also a new fairing. Okay. Let's do the other side too. So basically the full front end is done, except the winglet mirrors. So they are going on right now. Alrighty, now the front is done. But while we're on this side, from what I told you earlier in the video, we replaced this lever with the gap in it, and I had a whole story about it. We have to install that lever also on this side. And here it is. This one is for the brake cylinder, Brembo RCS Corsa Corta. So let's disassemble that lever and install this one. Here is the lever, and here is the new one. I also prefer this shape of the brake lever for braking. This one is a little bit more flat, and the OEM Corsa Corta lever has a little bit more rounded shape, and I like this one more because this is the same shape as the RCS 90. Alright, new front brake lever. As you can see, there's a nice gap in it. Perfect. So this side of the bike is basically done. So that means we can move on to this side of the bike. And I really want to install this carbon piece. So that's what we're gonna do. Alrighty, this panel is also installed and it's looking clean. So happy that it's fully restored. Let's install the seat and the seat cover. Okay, seat cover is on. Now put on the actual seat. Okay, more and more it's beginning to look like a bike again. Rear mud guard is installed. It's looking so sick, insane. So only thing we have to do now is put on the heel guards and this left pack, and then we're basically good to go to give it a go on the road. Damn boy, looking sick. Right side also done. So last thing, install the foldable foot pack. Boom! Bike is almost finished. Rear mud guard is on, heel guards are on, carbon is basically all done, but I got something to put on, and that is these Gillis parts. In the video you have seen that this piece was damaged because of the crash, and that's because I didn't have engine sliders. I'm a big fan of them, so I bought the right side and the left side. So this is the right side and this is the left side. So I'm gonna put these on too, so we can prevent the engine from getting damaged in the future. So let's unbox the left side as well, with some fresh bolts, and of course the side piece. And this is also really strong and also looks really good. You can also get the GB Racing engine covers, but they are fully covering the whole engine, and yeah, the engine gets hot a lot and the heat one needs to go somewhere. So therefore I choose this over the full cover. So let's take out these 3 bolts. And take on the new bolts. Alright, got my tiny torque wrench over here. This is 5, then this is 6. Alright, they are torqued down to spec. Let's do the other side too. Alright, this one is also on, so let's torque it down. Alright, right side is done too. So the last piece to the puzzle is adding some decals on the bike again. So we will start up with these decals on the tank, then move our way down all the way to the winglet fairing. But all this is not possible thanks to Master Moto. They provided me with a full new decal kit for this bike. Small spoiler, it's the same kit that's on the bike right now, but a whole new one, because so many parts of the decal kit got damaged, and therefore they provided me with a full new kit. So special thanks to Master Moto for sponsoring these decals again. Without further ado, let's attach some decals. So here are the decals. I don't want to keep you guys waiting till I got the whole bike done, so we will do a quick stick up on the decals. Let's go. Boom! All decals have been replaced. So let's install the wing again and put it on the bike. Look at this! Full left front side fairing is fully redone, and this panel is redone. This one is redone. So now we move on to this carbon tube. So the full rear end is also done. So now we move on to the front of the bike. So as you can see, I have cut out all the black pieces of the decal kit on the front of the bike. I did this because I want the carbon fiber to be exposed and not hiding behind the black background of the decal kit. I did that off camera and this is how it looks. Let's move on. So for the tank, we are gonna work on the front part of the tank, that is this cover. We are gonna attach the decals to this cover, and after that we will probably move on to adding the tank grips over here. So first, let's start on this piece of the tank. Well, this side of the tank is finished. Let's do the left side real quick, and just like that, the whole front piece of the tank is fully wrapped in a freshly new decal kit. So because the front part of the tank is done, we can now install the tank grips, and I always reuse these because I like the OEM ones, but of course I will attach a new sticky layer to this, and I'm doing that with 3M tape, because this tape is really strong and it doesn't bubble on the outside. So let me attach the new 3M to this tank grip. Alright, stick some new 3M tape to this tank grip. So now we can install it. Let's go. Alright, this side is on. Let's do the other side too. And just like that, both sides have tank grips now on the bottom part of the tank. But now we will move on to this winglet, because this winglet is been fully rebuilt basically, but it doesn't have any decals on it yet. So we're gonna add a blue wrap on the inside of the wing and a blue line on the outside, just like this side. And as you can see on the bottom it's blue, and on the top it has a blue accent line. So let me disassemble this wing and we will wrap the inside. Winglet is off. let's start wrapping. First we are gonna start masking the edges because I don't want to use a knife on this new piece. So we're gonna use 3M cutting tape. And we're gonna mark all the outside lines with the cutting tape, then attach the wrap, and then this cutting tape will cut out the excess material. Alright, we're done with the bottom, so let's move on to the top. As you can see, we added the line on top of the wing, so this winglet is now ready to go back on the bike. And just like that, the wing is back on the bike and the whole side is looking amazing again. Also, I decided to put on the tank extender with the grips again because I just love the look. Without further ado, we're basically done with rebuilding the bike, and in the next episode we will probably receive another package from MotoMaster. And also, there's also coming a episode where we're gonna install Marchesini wheels. So stay tuned for that. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next one. Peace.